Look, here's the thing. We need to have a real conversation about inflammation. Most of us walk around thinking inflammation is just something that happens when you twist an ankle or bump your knee. You know, the obvious stuff. The swelling, the redness, the heat. That's called acute inflammation, and it's actually your body's heroic first responder, rushing to the scene of an injury to protect and heal you. It's a good thing. But the kind I'm talking about is way quieter, way sneakier, and it shows up in ways you don't always notice at first. This is chronic inflammation, and it's not your friend. It's like an alarm that's stuck in the on position, quietly smoldering in the background of your life. And honestly, once you realize what's going on inside your body, it kind of changes everything. It reframes how you see your own health, because this low-grade chronic inflammation isn't just about pain. It's tied to your energy, your mood, your sleep, and even how your body handles food. It's the invisible force pulling the strings behind the scenes, influencing how you feel from the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep. You've probably had those days where you wake up tired even after a full night's sleep. That feeling of being unrested, like your battery just won't charge to 100%, no matter how long you leave it plugged in. Or your joints feel a little stiff when you stand up. That creakiness in your knees or back in the morning that takes a few minutes to walk off. Or your stomach acts up for no clear reason. One day you're fine, the next you're bloated and uncomfortable, and you can't pinpoint what you ate that was so different, and you write it off as just getting older, or just stress. We have these scripts we tell ourselves, but here's where it gets interesting. A lot of those little everyday annoyances trace back to chronic, low-grade inflammation, the kind you can't see but absolutely feel. It's the common denominator, the hidden link between feeling foggy-headed, achy, and just plain off. And what surprised me the most is how many of the things we do every day without thinking actually make it worse. These are the choices we make on autopilot. Not because we're doing anything dramatic, but because these small habits build up over time. Each one is like a single drop of water. One drop doesn't matter, but over weeks, months, and years, those drops fill a bucket, and eventually, that bucket overflows. For example, when you skip meals and then grab something quick and processed because you're starving, your blood sugar doesn't just spike, it crashes later. Think about that 3 p.m. slump. It's not a character flaw, it's a physiological event. And that up and down pattern is something your body reacts to with inflammation. Every single spike and crash sends a stress signal through your system. It's kind of like your system saying, hey, can we not do this today? It's trying to manage the chaos. And the tool it uses is inflammation. Another one that almost everyone messes up is sleep. We treat it like a luxury, something to be cut short when we're busy. People think sleep is just about feeling rested, but it's actually when your body's cleaning crew gets to work. It clears out inflammatory chemicals and metabolic waste that build up in your brain and body during the day. So when you're getting 5 or 6 hours a night and convincing yourself, it's fine, your body's basically playing catch-up all day. The cleaning crew never gets to finish the job, so you wake up with yesterday's inflammatory junk still hanging around. And that constant catch-up mode? It's exhausting. It's why you feel that brain fog and why your patience is so thin. And wait, this part is huge. Let's talk about stress. Stress doesn't just make you feel overwhelmed. It changes your hormones in a way that literally tells your body to stay inflamed. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol. In the short term, that's helpful. It gives you focus and energy to deal with a threat. Your body thinks it's protecting you from a tiger. But when the tiger is an overflowing inbox, a traffic jam, or financial worries, the stress sticks around. And when stress sticks around, the inflammation sticks around too, because your body never gets the all-clear signal. Most people don't connect the dots between their stress at work, their tight shoulders, their irritability, and their health. They see them as separate problems. But once you do, it's hard to unsee it. You realize it's all one interconnected system. Here's what really matters though. This isn't a life sentence. Understanding the problem is the first step to solving it. You don't need big dramatic changes to start lowering inflammation. In fact, those often backfire because they're not sustainable. You don't need fancy supplements or some impossible routine that takes over your life. The foundation has to be built on things you can actually do, day in and day out. You just need a few doable shifts that work with your day instead of against it. Let's start with food. Like making sure each meal has something with fiber. Literally just adding a handful of berries, some greens, or a little whole grain. Fiber slows down digestion, which prevents those blood sugar spikes we talked about. That alone helps your gut calm down, and when your gut is calm, your inflammation drops. Think of your gut as the gatekeeper. A happy gut keeps inflammatory triggers out of your bloodstream. And movement. This one is so underrated. We've been conditioned to think of exercise as punishment or something that has to be intense to count. You don't need a 90-minute gym session. You don't need to be dripping in sweat. Even a slow 10-minute walk after meals works like magic for reducing inflammation because it helps your body use blood sugar instead of storing it. Your muscles soak up that sugar from your meal, preventing a spike and the inflammatory response that follows. Most people aren't doing this, and it's such a simple win. It's free, it's easy, and the return on investment for your health is massive. And if your joints hurt, gentle movement actually helps more than rest. It might seem counterintuitive, but rest can sometimes lead to more stiffness. It gets nutrients into your cartilage, which your joints desperately need as you get older. Cartilage doesn't have its own blood supply, so it relies on the pumping action of movement to receive nourishment and flush out waste. Motion is lotion for your joints. Here's something else almost no one talks about: hydration. It's so basic we forget how critical it is. Not chugging gallons of water, just staying consistently hydrated. Think small, steady sips throughout the day. Your body absorbs it better that way. When you're slightly dehydrated, your body sees it as a stressor, and that becomes yet another trigger for inflammation. Your blood gets thicker, your heart has to work harder, and your cells can't function optimally. You'd be surprised how different your energy feels just from drinking water steadily throughout the day, instead of all at once. That afternoon, fatigue might not be a need for caffeine, but a simple need for water. And let's talk about the emotional side for a second, because this part hits home for a lot of people. This isn't just about physical symptoms. When you're tired, overwhelmed, inflamed, and just not feeling like yourself, it affects everything. Your patience, your motivation, your relationships, even how you talk to yourself. You have a shorter fuse. Small problems feel like mountains. The joy gets harder to find. And the worst part is when you start thinking this is just normal. You accept this diminished version of yourself as the new reality. But it doesn't have to be. That is not your baseline. Once inflammation goes down, people often describe it like a fog lifting. Their thinking gets clearer, their energy steadier, their mood calmer. It's not about becoming a different person. It's about becoming more of who you already are. It's not a miracle. It's just your body finally getting a break. It's your system finally being able to put down its shield and stop fighting a constant low-level battle. There's one more thing I want you to hear. Small improvements done consistently beat big changes done once. This is the most important rule. You don't need perfection. If you have a bad day and eat junk food, it doesn't erase your progress. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to be better more often than not. You just need momentum. One small good choice makes the next one easier. A little more sleep, a little more fiber, a little more walking, a little less stress piling up without an outlet. Each one is a vote for a healthier you. When you stack those tiny wins together, inflammation stops running the show, and your body finally gets room to reset. You take back control. So if this shifted the way you think about inflammation, even a little, if a light bulb went on for you, then stick around. Hit subscribe, because I break down health science like this every week. We're all about turning complex information into simple, actionable steps. No scare tactics, no miracle promises, just real research translated into stuff you can actually use in your everyday life. My goal is to empower you with knowledge so you can make better choices for yourself. Your future self is seriously going to thank you for it. Because feeling good isn't a luxury. It's the foundation for everything else.